Good evening and welcome to the StarTV Newsroom. We broadcasting from our studios in Serekunda. I am Maria Madem and many thanks for joining us. Let's begin with our headlines. Fire outbreak consumes valuable sub-items and cars at the Serekunda market. Chromium transforms Gambia's digital landscape with affordable 4G plus network launch. Economic High Command swabs baton of leadership. The Scorpions Fans Club overcomes hurdles to rally behind Afon 2023 team. On international news, ICJ concludes first day of hearing in genocide case against Israel. Consumer Electronics Show says 2024 Artificial Intelligence takes center stage. Now Asian Cup countdown delayed tournament kicks off in Qatar. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. Many thanks for joining us. Let's now take a look at the news in detail. Now, a serious fire outbreak at the Serekunda market has consumed some valuable sub-items and cash money, leaving victims in a conundrum situation. The unfortunate incident happened on Thursday morning. Now, the cause of the fire was attributed to a leakage of gas which was not properly sealed by the shopkeeper. As our Hadijaju reports, no injury was sustained. A devastating fire outbreak occurred near the Serekunda market. It has ravaged and consumed shops belonging to one Alpha Jallo and his brother, destroying all items therein to ashes, including a fabric shop, but fortunately they were able to rescue some of their goods. The extent of the damage could not be quantified, but all valuable items and cash of Alpha Jallo and his brother in both shops were burned to ashes, and not a single item has been salvaged. The cause of the fire was attributed to a leakage of gas, which was not properly sealed by a nearby shopkeeper. Meanwhile, residents of the area played an important role in trying to put out the fire before the fire and rescue services could reach the scene. Reacting to the incident, the National Assembly member for Serekunda, Sacham, commended the fire and rescue services for their response, while calling on the government to provide fire hydrant in the market.
I have to commend the fire service. Because I am a National Assembly member and I participated in the recently passed budget. You understand? They don't have the resources, and as I said earlier, there is a need to have fire hydrants. Every 500 meters there should be fire hydrants. So you'll see that these things can easily be taken care of before the fire service comes. And even when they come, when their water is finished, they have to go for another 5-10 kilometers before coming and giving the traffic. You understand? These are challenges that they are also facing, and we have to commend them.
The councillor for Bartes Ward, Usman Dabo, sympathized with the victims, stating that council will try to support the victims.
We have procedures on how we do things. We have a disaster team at the council there. So normally you have to come, I'm supposed to call them to come here and assess the incidents. After assessing the incident, then we take it back to the council. Then from there, the council intervenes. Normally that's how we're supposed to do it, yes.
One of the occupants of the shop, Sidi Mohamed Jallo, explains how the fire started.
The fire started at my brother's shop, which was caused by gas leakage. I was selling in the other shop. Then I saw fire coming out of my brother's shop. I rushed to the shop and saw both shops on fire. All items and cars were burned to ashes. We could not remove anything inside.
The victims call on support from local authorities and philanthropists, as this is the source of livelihood for them. For StarTV News, I am Hadijaju. Now moving on, established in the Gambia in 2007, Chromium has officially rolled out its long-awaited 4G Plus network service in the Gambia, aiming to transform the nation's digital connectivity with budget-friendly rates. The management held a press conference on Wednesday to share the new development with its customers and the populace at large. More in this report. Recent operational challenges took a positive turn with the entrance of Monty Mobile as an investor, injecting substantial resources to revamp and elevate Chromium's network infrastructure. The trial phase of the 4G Plus service network received glowing feedback from users during its complimentary usage period, touting it as a cost-effective internet solution. The company made its official announcement during a press conference on Wednesday, 10th of January 2024, marking the commencement of its 4G Plus commercial operations. Abubakar Drame, the director of Internet Service Provider, expressed Chromium's enthusiasm in introducing the 4G Plus service, emphasizing its potential to reshape the digital landscape for the nation's populace.
Under the management of Monty Mobile, the Chromium core network and data centers have been completely overhauled and replaced by state-of-the-art 4G Plus and 5G ready cloud core network. This constitutes the latest in 4G technology, 4G Plus technology. Additionally, Chromium deployed 4G Plus cell sites throughout the Greater Banjul area and the upcountry, and more sites are being added every month to ensure full coverage throughout the length and breadth of the Gambia. This process is ongoing, and our customers have been experiencing rapid incremental increase in coverage and network capacity.
Drame further underscored Monty Mobile's non-traditional approach as a telecommunications entity rooted in innovation and creativity and its significant role in Chromium's resurgence. Throughout 2023, Monty Mobile has significantly invested in Chromium's infrastructure and human resources, creating numerous full-time positions for young Gambians. Under Monty Mobile's management, Chromium's network and data have been completely overhauled and replaced with advanced 4G Plus networks. The deployment of 4G cell sites in the Greater Banjul area and other parts of the country, with additional sites in the works, ensures comprehensive coverage and one of the best networks at competitive rates. With the slogan "We are better together," Chromium invited all Gambians and residents to participate in the testing phase of their new 4G Plus network, beginning in May 2023. The positive response allowed customers to enjoy the service for free while providing valuable feedback for further improvement.
Keeping with our Better Together slogan, Chromium invited all Gambians to join us in testing phase of our new 4G network while it was being implemented. This was the testing phase which started back in May of 2023, and thankfully, Gambians responded very positively to our invitation. Throughout the testing period, we allowed Gambians to enjoy our data services for free at significant operational cost to the company, which was subsidized by Multimobile.
Drame stressed Chromium's commitment to enhancing the digital experience for Gambians and residents, with plans to introduce various value-added services. He conveyed gratitude to users for their support and assured them of the best and most affordable network in the upcoming commercial phase.
We want to assure the Gambians and all our customers that Chromium will always be the most affordable 4G Plus services provider in this country.
Additionally, he expressed thanks to the Ministry of Digital Economy and Pura for fostering an enable environment for them. Sajo Khan, the commercial director, also expressed gratitude to the population for embracing Chromium's transformation and highlighted significant developments in terms of access and coverage.
We provide the most affordable services in the sector. Being managed by Monty have clearly indicated the direction in which the company has taken now to make sure services are affordable, to make sure services are accessible and with a quality of service. Today marks that milestone where we now transit from this testing period to a now fully commercial service delivery. As we move on, we have a series of activities that will mark this commercial launching of the Chromium 4G services.
The commercial manager, Aisatuji Sisay, says the milestone achievement had been long awaited and they are excited to announce the launch of the 4G Plus network among other services and packages.
This has been a long time coming, and here at Chromium we are super excited for everything that is coming, and we're excited with all the programs, all the packages that we have catered and dedicated for our customers.
Meanwhile, the impact of this transformation has reverberated across the nation, eliciting positive appraisals and solidifying Comium's renewed position as one of the leading network providers in the Gambia. Maria Madem, reporting for Star TV News. Now, the Economic Mission High Command in the Gambia on Wednesday morning organized a handing and taking over of command ceremony, marking the end of Colonel Usman Ali Khan's tenure. The colorful event was graced by senior officers of the mission, the Gambia Armed Forces, and the Senegalese ambassador. More in this report by Model Baji.
And now inspecting the contingent, he is accompanied by the Deputy Post.
Colonel Usman Ali Khan assumed command as commander of the Economic Forces on 30th December 2023. His fine men and women have dispatched a series of undertakings to lubricate the ties between the Economic Mission and the local population, such as free medical interventions, cleaning exercises, and among others. Colonel Khan will be succeeded by his Senegalese brother, Colonel Baboucar Touré, who have officially assumed the baton of leadership as the new commanding officer of the Economic Forces in the Gambia.
Touré. Man nak mangi fi depuis 1 January 2023 ba December 30.
I assumed the role of commander of the Economic Mission on 1st January 2023 and I handed it over to the successor. Our mission was to work with the Gambia defense sector in protecting the country, the government and the political leaders. We have jointly studied the way of life and culture of the citizens. The second pillar was to conduct operations with the Gambian Armed Forces to strengthen the security in the country.
Our njitu rewmi, our political leaders ñu tabax environment bo xamne dafa am sécurité.
Colonel Baboucar Touré said the Economic Mission has a mandate in the Gambia to work with the Gambia Armed Forces to protect government authorities, state installation, and promote democracy in the country. Colonel Touré also intends to strengthen the mission's civil-military cooperation.
ñu gis ni légui ñu bari involve nañu gën nañu xam lan moy mandawu économique suñu troupes yi.
What I'm going to do as the commander is to try to enforce what my predecessor was doing during his tenure. The mission is a peaceful one. We understand that whatever happens in a country affects all the nations in the sub-region.
dañuy wax li moy mission ñu top ci. Ta mandat bi
A handing and taking over parade, otherwise known as a change of command, is a military tradition that presents a form of transfer of authority and responsibility from one commanding officer to another. The ECOWAS head of mission to the Gambia, Madame Mayata Lilia French, welcomed Colonel Baboucar Touré, urging the new commander to add upon the gains registered by his predecessor.
I want to welcome Colonel Baboucar Touré to the mission. I wish to say that much is expected of you, but I have no doubt in your ability, because you came highly recommended by your country. I urge you to follow the footsteps of your predecessor and build on the gains earlier achieved in this mission. For our troops, I want to thank you for the good work you have been doing in the Gambia and for this wonderful parade which we have witnessed today. Finally, and most importantly, I would like to thank our invited guests for making time off their busy schedule to grace this auspicious occasion. We are indeed grateful and highly honored for your attendance. We wish you journey mercies back to your various places of abode. May peace prevail in the Gambia and the entire sub-region, and may the Almighty God bless us all.
The economic troops consist of 3 different forces are stationed in Biam, Bara, and Yundum. For Star TV, I am Modu Elbaji.
I'm handing over the flag to Colonel Khan, who then hands over to Her Excellency, and then to the incoming force commander, Colonel Touré, and back to the color ensign.
Now, away from security matters, in an exclusive interview with Star TV, Seydou Cissé, the PRO of the Scorpions Fans Club, revealed that a mere 25 members out of the 250-strong group have been selected to represent the club in Ivory Coast for Afon 2023. The select group is eager to fervently back the Gambia's national football team at the tournament. Our Sane reports.
The departure date is set for January 13, and Cisse highlighted a rigorous selection process, underscoring the club's fervent and committed membership. He underlined the need for additional financial support to allow more fans to attend the event.
Election done.
Yeah, it was so tough on our head, to be frank, because like we were expecting we will have a very big turnout, like 100, but unfortunately we just have like 45. Although like the public sector should have able to come and chip in, which make things so difficult on the NCC aspect. The selection was so hard because we have active members who, our members alone are like 250 or 300, you understand? You cannot just bring 45 and then all of them are qualified to go and support. But we were trying to do something that we call like balloting. We just see that, the National Scorpion Fans Club have been decentralized to all regions. So what we did is like in each region, we try to select 2 or 3 and then bring them so that we have that.
Trip's finances have generously supplied by the National Coordinating Committee, emphasizing a joint effort to support the national.
The NCC is the one funding all our trip. That's the government still, as you know. This year, all the preparation was being done by NCC, so they are the one who are sponsoring all the trip.
Team. Cisse also shed light on the challenges faced by the club while highlighting its crucial role in bolstering the Gambia senior national team.
The challenges, because like Gambia how it is right now, even at times, when we are about to go to support our team, transportation is always a problem, accommodation also is always a problem. But we believe this time the NCC has already catered everything for us. Everything is on control, and then we think that everything will be easier.
The Scorpions Fans Club was instrumental for the Gambia senior national team during the 2021 African Cup of Nations hosted in Cameroon. Despite the setback of elimination in quarterfinals, the club remains undeterred, gearing up to support Coach Thompson Fate and his team as they face formidable opponents in the upcoming tournament. However, as they headed to Ivory Coast on Wednesday evening, the Gambia national team's flight was forced to return to Banjul due to technical issues, which led to the lack of oxygen in the plane. The team now leaves today at 4 p.m. with the provision of another plane facilitated by President Adama Barrow. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Awasane.
If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Star TV Newsroom with me, Maria Madam, and we're broadcasting from our studios in Serekunda. Many thanks for joining us. Let's now shift our attention to some international news. The International Court of Justice has finished hearing arguments on day 1 of the case that Israel is committing genocide in its war on Gaza. South Africa filed the lawsuit in December in a move welcomed by several countries aimed at global chorus for a ceasefire in Gaza. The country is asking the International Court of Justice to urgently halt what it says are genocide acts carried out by Israeli forces in Gaza. Now, South Africa wants the UN's top court to issue so-called provisional measures to order Israel to end its war. Azira's Michael Appel begins this coverage.
South Africa tells the International Court of Justice.
Please be seated.
The world is witnessing a textbook case of genocide unfold in Gaza.
This killing is nothing short of destruction of Palestinian life. It is inflicted deliberately. No one is spared, not even newborn babies.
It has started legal proceedings against Israel in the UN's highest legal body, looking to show a pattern of large-scale homicidal destruction that qualifies as acts of genocide.
For the past 96 days, Israel has subjected Gaza to what has been described as one of the heaviest conventional bombing campaigns in the history of modern warfare.
South Africa is arguing Israel's military campaign since Hamas's attack on southern Israel on October the 7th has been nothing short of the systematic destruction, in whole or in part, of Palestinians as a population group.
As we stand today, 1% of the Palestinian population in Gaza has been systematically decimated.
In order to establish intent, South Africa's lawyers say the court has the benefit of simply being able to listen to the words of the Israeli leadership.
Israel's political leaders, military commanders, and persons holding official positions have systematically and in explicit terms declared their genocidal intent.
Their messages filtering down into the rank and file of the Israeli army, singing proudly.
Madam President.
Genocidal language, says Tembeka Ngcukaitobi, comes from the very top.
Genocidal utterances are therefore not out in the fringes. They are embodied in state policy.
Palestinians have suffered 75 years of oppression, 57 years of occupation, and 16 years of a siege on Gaza. And for all that time,
Israel, for years, has regarded itself as beyond and above the law. As the UN Special Rapporteur on the occupied Palestinian territories explained in 2022, and I quote, "The occupation by Israel has been conducted in profound defiance of international law and hundreds of United Nations resolutions with scant pushback from the international community."
Outside the court, in the streets of Ramallah and the occupied West Bank, and among those crammed into an ever smaller sliver of land in Gaza, South Africa has given hope to a people crying out for their suffering to be seen and literally dying to be heard. Michael Apple, Al Jazeera.
Now, artificial intelligence is generating billions of dollars worth of business, from electronic cafe waiters to beauty advice created by AI. The Consumer Electronic Trade Show has plenty to offer, and it has kicked off in Las Vegas. More in this report by Dimitri.
For any fan of gadgets, this is a real playground.
Oh, that's so cool!
Thousands of electronics enthusiasts are here at one of the biggest consumer electronics expos in the world. And it's not just for show. This event is driving investment.
CES is the World Cup for innovation and technology. It's the place where those with ideas gather with those with the business.
2 letters are the name of the game.
I'm so happy to be here.
AI, or artificial intelligence. Even industries you might not expect are getting involved, like cosmetics giant L'Oreal. It's offering an AI beauty consultant.
Hello, Nicholas. What's up?
Unsurprisingly, this consultant recommends products from its maker to anyone who uploads their photos. Then, there's this robot barista.
Your iced latte is ready.
Promising to make the perfect coffee. It's equipped with cameras to make sure it's serving the right person.
Very foamy, very cold, really nice.
Yeah, it tastes really good. Just like it was made by, anybody, not really a robot.
Car makers have traditionally stolen the show here. And this year,
I'm using this.
Honda is putting its latest electric vehicle on stage with the help of a PlayStation controller. And Mercedes is showcasing an AI-driven dashboard that analyzes traffic around the driver to mixed reactions.
It's absolutely amazing. If it will be available, I would play it.
When it comes to self-driving and autonomous driving vehicles, I question if that's truly the way of the future, or whether we want us humans to be really driving our vehicles.
Other honorable mentions include an exoskeleton to help people run faster, a headset to help you sleep, and a sonic toothbrush for the really adventurous. While the COVID-19 pandemic made events like these take a pause, others like the annual E3 Gaming Expo in Los Angeles didn't survive, but CES appears to be generating a lot of traffic and business activity, with the most common complaint being how big the event is.
The problem is not being able to see everything here. Every year I come, I only see 20%, and I'm here for the entire time.
Dmitry Medvedenko, Al Jazeera.
There's just few days to go before the Delay Asian Cup begins in Qatar. Organizers say nearly 9,000 tickets have been sold so far. All but one of the stadiums used at the 2022 FIFA World Cup will be on show, with Lusail hosting the opening game between defending champions Qatar and Lebanon. Al Jazeera's Andy Richardson has more.
It's just over a year since Argentina lifted the Men's World Cup in Qatar. The country is now getting ready to host Asia's biggest international football tournament. China had been due to host this edition of the Asian Cup, but pulled out in 2022 due to its zero COVID-19 policy. And Qatar, as World Cup hosts in waiting at that time, were in the perfect position to step up at short notice.
It was a part of our legacy to keep using these venues and the stadiums as well. Qatar is becoming now like a hub for sport. So always will be keep using, inshallah, and hosting these big events. So it will always be part of our legacy. It's not only the stadium, it's the stadium and all the facilities around it.
Palestine will be making their third consecutive appearance at the finals, a team determined to be a focal point of positivity for their people. They're also aiming to win their first ever game at this tournament. For Qatar, the hosts, they are a team with a point to prove. They are the reigning champions, having won this title in 2019 in the United Arab Emirates, but they failed to replicate that form on the world stage. Their World Cup campaign in 2022, beginning with high expectations, it ended with 3 straight defeats. Since then, they have fired 2 national coaches. Spain's Tintin Marquez, the man who'll be in charge for this tournament, somebody with experience of working at Qatar's National Aspire Academy, also in Qatar's domestic league, but he's had a very limited amount of time with this squad. Their efforts to retain the title begin on Friday at Lusail Stadium, the venue where Argentina beat France in that World Cup final. This time, it's Qatar versus Lebanon, the first of 51 matches coming your way in this 18th edition of the Asian Cup. Andy Richardson, Al Jazeera, Doha.
I'm afraid a story from Qatar brings us to the end of this news bulletin. But before we go, a quick recap of our main headlines. Fire outbreak consumes valuable sub-items and costs at the Serekunda market. Chromium transforms Gambia's digital landscape with affordable 4G plus network launch. Economic High Command swabs baton of leadership. The Scorpions Fans Club overcomes hurdles to rally behind Afon 2023 team. On international news, ICJ concludes first day of hearing in genocide case against Israel. Consumer Electronics Show says 2024 Artificial Intelligence takes center stage. Now Asian Cup countdown delayed tournament kicks off in Qatar. That's all we have for you in this edition of the news. Do join us tomorrow for another bulletin. But in the meantime, do enjoy the rest of our programs and have a wonderful night. Thanks for watching.